Hello, ladies, gentlemen, people who don't ascribe to such silly labels. Welcome to part 2 of the Eggbusters DVD commentary. Same as last time, gonna keep it real, keep it 100% with you. Try not to get a little too silly, just tell you everything that was going on. And we left off after the big explosion of Twilight Princess HD. And we're continuing on to Mario Kart 64. Now, this is, I think, the second one, then, aside from the first episode, that I actually remember filming. I remember sitting in my dad's basement, and I remember making a particular joke, and I wonder if it was on this episode, or maybe I'm remembering a different one. So let's get right into this. Ready, set, go.
Here's what to expect on this episode of
Here's what to expect. Oh, and I was also predicting that after... Oh, this glitch. That's right. Okay, no, it wasn't this episode that I made the joke about having sex with Yoshi. Anyway, I predicted that the theme song would be sped up. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. It's sped up. Exactly as I said. Everybody, I got so many... I remember seeing my email. You know, I put up the Twilight Princess one, and back then I would get emails every time someone subscribed to the channel, and it was just email, hundreds of people. And I was absolutely blown away that so many people were subscribing because of that. So you can tell I'm almost smiling in this episode because I was so happy. I didn't say anything about it. I didn't acknowledge it, I don't think. But I remember being very happy. And that was the last time that happened. It was a nice slow burn from then, and it's been an even slower burn recently. So, there's that. Oops, I just spilled coffee all over myself. Oh dear. Well, there's that. That's what happens. I'm going to drink this. I've been very tired lately, because I realize if you drink coffee, you don't have to sleep as much. So, it's pretty nice. Anyway. I do remember doing this glitch and having quite a bit of trouble, and I think, man, I wonder if this is the, I'm dripping, where is this coffee coming from dripping on me? Doesn't matter.
Do it in time trials because you don't want to get stuck having to play 4 races and do all this stuff.
And I remember let's see, what other things haven't started yet? I haven't written the theme songs of games into the theme song of the show yet. That didn't happen until the second season, season 3. We'll talk more about that later.
So we can get there momentarily here. Okay, so the glitch doesn't specify whether it's the right side wall or the left side wall. So
and this,
yes, it's the left side wall.
So I was doing this one, and I'm testing it on this wall over and over again. This is the first time, the first episode where I had that feeling I dread these days, where I realize I spend a long time doing the glitch wrong, not because, you know, they don't tell you how to do it and I just did it wrong, but simply because I wasn't paying enough attention to how the glitch was meant to be done. And so nowadays, if I did this, you know, just misread something, I'll usually cut most of that out. And back now, I was actually editing at this point on the $15 iMovie for my, I wonder which laptop that was. I remember I had one of those old white MacBooks, and I almost got over there. I was editing these on the,
Whoa! Crap.
Good job, little Austin.
Where am I? I'm in another part of the
So I was editing on this old white MacBook, which could barely handle it, and that MacBook's screen would go out. It would just go black. So the backlight would break. And the only way to fix it is if you took your fist and slammed it down on, like, up to the right of the keyboard in the corner after you opened it. You know, you open the laptop and up to the right of the keyboard there's the corner. You just had to slam your fist down a few times to make the screen come back on. And it would come back on, and then I'd be able to get back into iMovie, which exported at absolutely horrible quality. You can tell by when things fade out, the blacks, it has terrible compression whenever it tries to get to blacks, and so it gets all grainy. But why am I telling you this? Am I just being a techno snob? Well, yes, but it does go to show that really, ultimately, the tools you have to use are secondary to your creativity and your ability to be interesting and good quality. Because, you know, you can have the greatest computer in the world with really amazing speakers and a fancy surround sound, whatever, and a very powerful Final Cut. Yeah, look at those blacks right there. Disgusting. Or up in the upper left corner. That's iMovie right there. That happening. But it doesn't matter, does it? Honestly, when you actually watch it, it doesn't matter. So to a certain extent, to reach the absolute widest possible audience, maybe you need, you know, to export in 1080p, whatever. But at a certain level, people will connect with stuff if it's good, even if you make it on a laptop that has a broken screen that you have to punch using just iMovie, having almost no skill and using a lot of YouTube tutorials. So that's something I always think about when I... Oh, look at that, the verdict. We did the glitch. Oh, I made it black and white. So this, and this is like a first moment where I'm learning certain details you can do to help a show have better pacing. Because having this in black and white makes the pacing feel a lot more like we're in the main part, and then there's the jingle, and then there's the verdict section. Verdict section's in black and white, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, pacing-wise, I discovered a lot of little things like that over time. So well, the prospect of this one I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, sometimes I think to myself, oh no, I think was a good example. Like, oh, my microphone is not good enough quality. You know, it's only like 90% good quality. It doesn't quite really get the warmth of the lows of my voice. I think silly things like that because I really like good tools and high-tech stuff. But when it comes down to it, I recorded the first episode of this on my stomach with an iPad. So the lesson is just don't fret too much over techno supremacy, because you can do a good job with an iPhone. You know, you can make something entertaining within whatever restrictions you have. So figure out what your restrictions are and don't try to do anything. You know, don't use iMovie and a crappy laptop to try and make the Avengers quality special effects, because they'll be terrible. Work within your means, but you can always, if you're a creative person, find a way to express something worthwhile, no matter what your restrictions are. You know, does that make sense? Coffee time. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. I gotta swirl it up.
Here, perhaps.
Tasty.
Here's a crease. Would you get out of the way, man? Whoa! Something weird happened when I got close to the crease. Look at that.
This was not, from what I can recall, my first instance of calling Lakitu Calman.
No, you can do it.
And I'm still listening to this episode. I haven't heard any of the
crap. I died. Let's try it again and
sort of what
slowly and try and just like
I've got a part of my brain
but all you got to do, I'm not even touching
that's gradually getting bigger, that thinks about things in... Man, look at him slipper around like butter. Buttery man. I have a certain section of my brain that thinks about things in very kind of lateral ways, and so I'll look at Lakitu and think, what's his name? And just think, Cal Man.
So is there nothing? Is that the glitch?
And I can't explain where that comes from.
I guess so.
But doing Eggbusters more and more and more, and making these connections more and more and more, it's like my regular life is now full of these Eggbusterisms. Just not my brain's somehow connecting to parts that don't make logical sense, because I don't know what Cal Man means. It's not like it's a pun, or oh, he looks like Cal from... I don't even know anyone named Cal. So I can't. It is really just completely lateral. You know, you're going one way and then the other way. It's interesting.
Second of all, you can get a little bit farther. Like if you go up like this and you go.
I will say, here's a little fun behind the scenes. So where my initial personality for Eggbusters was largely stolen just from the very energetic kind of Mythbusters thing, but I'm not Adam Savage. We discovered Adam Savage. I'm not Adam Savage, so I can't do that. My initial... Man, should I even tell this? I got to. I said I would keep it 100, so what are you going to do?
And it's like a shortcut, essentially, is all it is.
Eggbusters isn't my first rodeo with an online video series.
Most of the time, you don't have a boost.
And
if you go on the left side of this thing,
now I'm losing track because I'm getting very
rapidly
excited about this glitch
not
here
like how I'm doing,
to see if
but
I can
how
get in
I
here.
will
So
do
wait,
it.
am I doing 2 glitches now
Sure,
in
there
one?
you go. You can actually just hop right in. It's
Huh.
like a thing, and obviously it will take some practice to get good enough to make it a
So I'm doing 2
viable
glitches in one section. I think I've done that
cheating
before.
option if you're a cheater.
Or I've done that
If
since
you're
on
a
purpose
jerky cheater,
in
but
order to break the structure.
Just worth knowing, it's not
I don't know.
impossible to do without a little boost.
So yeah, Eggbusters isn't. Look at that black and white. Look, I'm professional up in here.
Alright, so what are we calling fall into the middle of Koopa
I think we can call
well,
it
it's confirmed.
confirmed.
As you saw,
Yep,
it's
very
not
good.
terribly exciting though. So do I suggest you try it yourself?
I
guess
should
if
get
you
to
wanna
this
just
thing
show
that I'm
off
trying to
cool thing
say.
you can do.
Wait.
Hey, your friends are over. You're
Listen.
eating chocolate cake. You're having ice cream. Hey man, look what I can do, and then you just fall into the water. Just show them. It's a cool party trick. You can impress the ladies or the men, depending on what you're into.
Okay, ladies, impress the ladies or the men, depending on what you're into. I would say that that's sort of. Well, that's not.
Another episode of Eggbusters for
Oh
all.
wow, we're
Thanks
already
for
done.
watching.
These
Thanks for all
go
the
by so
wonderful
fast, don't they?
subscription
I guess I
reviews,
understand why
all-time
people
comments
binge watch them.
for
How long
last
was
week's
this?
episode.
Over.
If
It was
you
only
wanna
10
suggest
minutes.
a game, you
Also,
can
there,
go
I don't know if you
comments
noticed, but
or
when I
on Twitter or
burped,
whatever.
I just
Oh,
cut the
guess
burp
Twitter
and pitched it
was
way
used.
down and made it all
Here's
weird.
my Twitter handle.
I think. And the Twitter handle thing is here.
As always, thanks
Yeah, it'd be
for
so cool if that
watching.
worked.
Thanks
I
for
got so much more
listening.
complicated
Thanks
this time
for
around.
doing the thing
Um,
for you. Thanks for being you. I'll
Stuff.
see you next week.
I've forgotten everything I've been trying to say.
Oh!
There's a little bit of pitch down. That's an easy way to make people giggle, is to pitch things down. So, more coffee. Let me take a moment. All right, let's start the next one. Ready, set, go.
Here's what to expect on this episode of Eggbusters.
Yeah, here we go. Putting stuff behind my head. Now, why?
They thought the best video game for glitches was, you'd probably
I told
go
myself
off
for
the
so
same
long
Ocarina of
that
Time.
I
So after
wasn't
5
even
weeks
going to
of episodes
mention.
where
I guess
Final
this is
Side
for the
released
hardcore
N64
Eggbusters fans
Legends,
watching this, isn't
checking
it?
out 2 of the game's
Um,
goofier party trick type glitches,
Why does this look so
including one that
good?
has Link playing as
It's a
Ocarina
good
and
looking.
playing
Oh, it must be on
Sonic
Virtual
to different
Console.
music, and another where breaking free from the confines of technical
I can't
glitches
remember. I
and
can't keep my brain straight because I'm talking in my own ear while I'm trying to talk out of my own face. This is more forced humor, trying to pronounce cuckoo. Anyway, so many things I'm trying to tell you that I can't even remember. Oh, I made it a point to not, and generally I think this is the right way to go, but because this is a very special occasion, I don't. People would say, "Why is that behind your head? Why is this behind your head?"
So this week we're
I just didn't even mention that. I tried not to even acknowledge that there was anything behind my head, thinking it was some kind of cool, just cool little thing that made those shows seem a little weirder. So how did that start? Well, as you saw in, what was it, the Metroid episode or some Mario Galaxy? I don't know. When I was way off center, so I would put stuff in the middle of the camera to point the camera at to make sure my head would be there. And for this one, I just forgot that the pillow was behind me, and then I noticed it was there and just kind of flowed with it. And that's kind of how all the little Eggbusters things you might be wondering about came about. Oh, that's a really good picture. That's a really good picture. But a lot of the little Eggbusterisms, Eggbusters, the touches and things, like whatever, just started out as accidents, and then I just exploited them, and so I just would kind of. People call this following the art, I guess, if you want to think of it in that way. But it's just opening your brain up to the all personalities, possibilities, and just following them. So when the pillow thing starts, just take that and exploit it and see what happens, rather than trying to contrive some kind of. Oh, I'm gonna make something really funny. Oh, I got a funny idea. Let's be really random. Just let the randomness happen. And so, in a sense, Eggbusters had to start all vanilla like this in order to get to where it ended up, huh? Which is cool. What is this disclaimer, Austin? Oh, telling people to play Ocarina of Time. The underrated gem which needs my support. Though I bet a lot of people haven't actually sat down. Tell me this in the comments. Here's a question. You could tell me this when this is airing live, because it'll air live. This is a thing I'm going to maybe start doing now, because I think it's kind of neat, is I'm going to air pre-recorded videos live, and then we can all have a watching party, and then whatever. So if you're watching this one live on Saturday, tell me if you've actually sat down and beaten Ocarina of Time, like turn off the lights all by yourself, front to back, no walkthrough, nothing. Because I feel like a lot of people haven't actually done that, and they should. Because I think even if you're not super into video games, which I'm guessing there aren't too many people that aren't here, but maybe, you know. It's just a good adventure. It's a really satisfying way to spend some time. So, yeah. Anyway, let's listen. I'm gonna listen to myself for a minute here.
Access to Death Mountain Crater and an ocarina, and it doesn't have to be the Ocarina of Time. It can
My
be
coffee
the
is gone. I'm
that
out of coffee.
Saria gives you. That I can't. What is it? The Forest Ocarina? Who cares?
The fairy ocarina, you
But
dolt.
any ocarina and access to
Go to college.
First thing you want to do is
I was in
unequip
was I in
the,
college at this
throw on
point?
tunic and put on just the regular
I'm not going to talk
gear
about my
and
personal
record
life.
and put
We're
on
talking
the
about
timer.
Eggbusters behind the
And you
scenes,
see
not
this
Austin's
timer
life
appears.
behind the
What timer
scenes.
means is how long Link has left before he dies. And
I remember
so
doing
you
this
wait for
glitch too.
to
Maybe this is sort of
to
the
about
era
1
that I
second,
started
and
remembering
then
because
we
I started
buff
paying
that,
attention because people
allow
were
it
actually
to run out
watching.
as we're falling. We'll die
But,
while we're falling, I think.
Again, I can't. I could look up the stats on how many people had actually watched these, you know, within a week or two, but I don't remember.
We'll be able to take out the ocarina and we'll
I
fall
don't
into the
remember.
lava with the ocarina out. And then I don't know if we can play it. Actually, all I know is it looks weird, and that's why we're doing it.
You know, love things that look weird. Oh, speeding up. This isn't the first instance of speeding up, but
All right, here we go.
that's very common.
Ready when it gets to
I
2
actually
seconds,
stole,
we'll die and fall into the
if
lava.
you want to know what some of my inspirations were going around.
Here we go.
Because I tried.
No,
You
stupid
idiots.
idiots.
Oh, I remember that.
Stupid
That made me so frustrated, but when I watched it back, I was like, that's really
Apparently
funny
there's
that
a
that
gossip
happened.
stone in Death Mountain Crater somewhere. We're gonna have to take a look.
So my contemporary inspirations while watching these things, I remember a lot of people said, I didn't even know that that
Alright,
happened. So
try it
what?
again.
Come on.
Wait for
Everyone
the
knows
timer
that.
to run out. And then this time we'll
Um,
leap off somewhere that hopefully Link
I think it was around this
will,
point
roll
that
off.
I started
Make sure we don't grab it.
watching a
5,
good amount of
4,
Game Grumps, or it was a little after this. And
Perfect.
so I guess this is another really good example of following the art
that was
is
supposed to happen. Maybe
I try to just take things from every
take out
facet
the
of my
ocarina.
life and put them into whatever I'm making. So it's not just like,
Yes.
look, I did the
Yes, it
glitch.
worked.
Nice work.
Okay.
I don't want it just to be like I'm taking inspiration from other YouTube channels. In fact, I'd prefer if I didn't take that much inspiration from YouTube channels and synthesized instead just things from all around me into this Eggbusters idea, which is where a lot of stupid things about Eggbusters came from. But anyway, one of these things is Game Grumps does that thing where whenever they have to speed up, they put the bad TV filter on it and Dan sings the song. And I started sort of taking that, and from that, because I started doing that and singing the fast forward songs, I had that idea while I was doing to do that thing where I talk really slowly so that when it's being sped up you can sort of understand it, which makes me laugh to no end still to this day. And I guess that's another example of just following the ideas. So this thing comes up from Game Grumps, you just take it and you just keep extrapolating on it until you're sick of it and then you stop. And that's why there are certain things we don't do anymore in Eggbusters that we used to, like the
Oh, I feel like a jerk now.
what is that thing? This episode of Eggbusters is brought to you by blah 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 blah, which I don't know when that came up. No, I think I do. I did it because whatever the first game I did was.
Now I feel like a dick.
I feel like a dick. Pretty cool. Feel like a dick. Sorry. I've been doing a good job not making fun of myself this time. I think I got it all out last week.
It's a fun one. It's a fun, goofy one to do, and you can.
Well, I don't remember what I was talking about. I have very bad attention deficit. You know what's interesting is I've got. I was diagnosed back when it was called ADD, but now they don't have that. They just have ADHD, inattentive subtype, and ADHD. What's the other one? I don't know. Doesn't matter.
And if you have the hover boots from the
That's what
shadow
coffee's
temple,
good for.
and you pick up
Crazy
the glucose,
stimulant. Apparently caffeine's more potent than cocaine, or as potent as cocaine. It's just you don't take it through your nose and you don't take as much at once.
Why would you want to do that?
Or something
Because on
like
the other
that.
side
I
of
don't
the
know.
fence, you can
That's
explode.
probably
You're
wrong.
not in a place that you're supposed to be, so who knows what's going to happen. All I know is
You also notice in this episode, I don't know if you guys are paying attention or just listening to me talk like a beautiful podcast. As friends. Yeah, as friends. We're not friends anymore, though. I feel like if you've been watching this long, we're proper lovers. Anyway, I started doing a lot of little, like, super quick cut text things, like the thing you saw when I said this one's a little bit cooler. Ha, get it? I quickly would flash things, which is definitely a style that I was probably seeing around YouTube at the time. It's common, obviously it's common. I mean, you take inspiration from where you do, and I was taking inspiration from YouTube, because I was watching at least a little bit of YouTube, more than I watch now anyway. I don't even watch Game Grumps anymore, and I watched them for a really long time, but
it'll be exciting when you do it.
I don't really watch much YouTube anymore.
Well, you need the hover boots.
I watch that guy that builds huts in the woods, but that's... He's not... I like him because he's not really a YouTuber. I wish I was more like him, but what are you going to do? He's very mysterious. I appreciate that. That's why I don't like doing these kinds of things where I talk to you like this, because I prefer to... I like mystery and mysteriousness. I'm probably going to become a hermit at some point. And just stop doing things like this. Once, I'll tell you what. Go, you can go through the thing. Alright, whatever. If it ever gets to the point where my channel is proper taken off, proper popular, which it probably never will, I've kind of accepted that. But I'm trying to do one sort of last big attempt. If it ever gets to that point, that it's big enough that I don't have to worry about any kind of promotion or filler content or anything like that. Not that this is filler, but come on. All right, we all know what's going on. If it ever gets popular enough in that sense, I'm definitely going to kind of go a little more hermit and just create really awesome stuff and release it when it's done and ready, and not have to do all this other stuff, you know. I don't know. Maybe that doesn't make sense. I second guess myself a lot, and I shouldn't, because I'm fine, but whatever.
To the left. That bends. That's the one we're talking about. And then I'm supposed to go like that. And then I'll get over the barrier. Okay,
careful of attacking that chicken little boy. This, I believe this was the first, maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I think this was the first,
Am I on the other side? Yes!
Oh, look at that. This was the first one where I saw a skybox and was really blown away by it.
First thing that's over here, the greatest,
oh, and my first tree wall.
renderings in any game ever.
I want to listen to myself.
I'm not being facetious. These are my favorite by far. Banjo-Kazooie uses the same type of thing, just a flat panel, and I love it. Oh, wait, is this... Can I just...
And I wasn't being facetious. I really do. I find something really... I guess. Whoa, that's awesome. I even right now in real life got kind of.
That's really creepy.
Yeah, kind of cooled out, freaked out, cooled out. I don't know. Awestruck.
Not through the other way. Wow.
By looking at that sky.
Definitely, that was good.
So.
This is
there's something really imagine. What is the word even?
But this
it just makes me feel kind of out of body and very dreamlike when it's an outdoor setting. An indoor setting meant to look like an outdoor setting, so when you have like fake trees painted on walls or just fake plants and fake whatever, and try and make a fake sky and things like that. Sort of like some really corny restaurants like Rainforest Cafe. There's something so strange about that dichotomy between... Alright, there you go, fell all the way through. The dichotomy between...
Okay, so normally at that corner there...
Well, it's not really a dichotomy, I guess. It's like a... What's the word?
This corner here...
I guess that... It's like a walking...
Normally that's where
contradiction. It doesn't walk, though, because it's a stationary space. They're trying so hard to make it... It's like Uncanny Valley, but for real... But for spaces and nature and stuff like that. And that it's just so weird to live inside of an uncanny valley, you know, turned into a room, basically. At least that's how I kind of feel about it. And I don't remember what happens here. No, gone.
That was creepy. Did you hear the Kakariko music?
I think this is the first episode where I started talking about games not feeling like you sort of break the illusion and they start to just feel like a place in a box, you know? Yeah, like this. Right here.
That's creepy. Did you hear that music?
No, I didn't.
That's weird.
I didn't hear anything. Verdict, look at So yeah, and there's just something that gets triggered in me with that type of environment. That not very many things give me. Video games give it to me. Laser tag arenas somehow.
It's not too difficult.
Knock off Disney, because Disney World's so good that it's not even Uncanny Valley. It's just like you're in a place, I don't know.
Alright, that's it for another episode of Eggbusters. Thanks for watching, everybody.
So,
I appreciate all
that's what that episode made me think of. I'm not even talking about these episodes anymore. I'm just waxing poetic.
I hope. And if you don't, if you have a game you want to recommend or a specific glitch
I forgot about that shirt. Where is that shirt? It's gone. It's long gone.
As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the things you do.
Be nice to each other in the comments.
Oh, right. So you can, instead of, if you don't want to comment, if you don't have a YouTube account, you can tweet me.
Tweet. Look at that. Doing that.
Or you can find me on NintendoEverything.com.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing these with.
I don't write for them anymore. That's a nice website, isn't that?
The podcast we do, if you care about any of that. If you don't, that's fine. You can just find any way to contact me that you can think of. It's A-okay with me.
You look like an alien.
Abby, what's up? Have you ever played the Nocturnal Shadow? I literally played that 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, that was funny. Okay, so we've got sorry, I'm watching these in YouTube before I put them together in Final Cut, and they all got mixed up. So let's see. Let's start this next one, and then I'll keep yelling at you. 1, 2, ready, go. Coming up on Eggbusters.
You guys begged me for it, so 3 weeks after uploading my
hey, we're back to Twilight Princess.
I'm giving you the very Eggbusters revisit.
Was that Flash in there? I don't know.
Oof,
why am I tired? I just drank a shitload of coffee. Okay, I'm like tired but hyper. That's how it goes. At the end, when I said that not funny but trying to be funny thing about how I literally just played the Nocturnal Shadow, this is like the beginning of having bloopers at the end. And again, it didn't start with that idea. I just eventually was like, oh, this is funny and it doesn't fit in the episode, so I'll just put it at the end. And then gradually it morphed into, having it after a long black time and then having it with a weird filter on it and whatever. All sorts of ideas that just naturally came about, which is the most fun thing. I look kind of old in this, right? A little bit older.
I must hit myself in the face. Twilight Princess. The response to it was really, really positive. But above all, people were asking, when are we going to see part 2? How much longer do we have before you do this one again?
So wait, you're telling me that I'm about to do... 3 episodes ago, I did an episode on this glitch, and then 2 episodes later, I'm going to do a 2-part episode on the same glitch that I'm going to have to sit here and watch again and comment over. Ludicrous.
Well, when we did it 3 weeks
Ludicrous.
ago, it created way more possibilities than we'd anticipated, and we actually...
Here's the real reason why we did this video. I didn't realize how popular it was, and I really liked the popularity and the attention. Therefore, let's do it again. But now we're doing the one where we leap into a glitch, or leap into a gorge, a glitch. Doesn't matter.
At the height of his jump, the glitch should activate exactly last week. So I figured, what the heck, we might as well figure out how to do it
what the
in
heck?
different ways, right? Let's take a look.
I feel like I'm getting a little bit better at actually... Whoa, that was quick.
We're back in the
At actually explaining these things. At some point between this episode and the first episode of the whole series, because I used to do little scripty things where I would put stupid humor into it and I would pre-write it. And one week, I can't remember which one it was, but one week I kind of just said, I'm going to try to wing it and see what happens. And I thought it went way better. So ever since then, I haven't scripted any Eggbusters stuff. I just improvise all the things and then cut it up. Because if you didn't cut it up, it would be really dang boring. I guess this isn't cut up though, and I'm just kind of talking.
Well, how do you do that? I don't know. I haven't done it yet. So we're going to start with doing that. If you're wondering if this works in the GameCube version, because I'm doing the Wii version, yes, it does. Both methods.
You just have to have better timing in the GameCube version. That's all.
You just need really, really good timing.
Look at those, the old iMovie. I remember the first episode I switched to Final Cut. I'll point that out when we get there, but I don't think that was until the next season. In fact, I know it wasn't until the next season. It was one that a lot of people, sort of the deep fans, really enjoyed. And we'll get to that later.
When Link is at the height of his jump, it should do the
I
same
don't
thing
really
that,
necessarily know how...
It's called the quicksand did. So,
like, okay.
try it. In 3,
These, they go by really quickly. but I don't necessarily know how entertaining I'm actually finding them, even though, you know, I'm talking over it, so it's ruining it a little bit. But just trying to glean how entertaining these actually are. I don't necessarily know that it would hold my attention personally. Whereas whenever I watch a more recent, well, not all the more recent, well, I think all the more recent episodes. I don't know.
Whoa.
Well, that was dumb.
That was weird.
I just think that the newer episodes are more packed with actual content and not just man talking while you watch a video game. More packed with things that stick with you or make you think or make you laugh or whatever, or stand out in some way. Oh, this is cool, isn't it?
All the shining.
Yeah, the shining.
Whatever they're called. Footprints or footsteps sound.
I wish I could get over there, over by those trees, but I can't.
Well, and I guess you can hit C. I didn't even realize that. Just don't hit A. Look, I'm hitting C. It works. And yes, I know if I jump off, then I'll have freedom to do more things. But I'm just gonna look around.
I think this must have been the episode where
weird lighting thing.
There you go. I had because originally we watched the first Twilight Princess, and I said, "Oh, it freezes. It fades to white. It freezes." I need to quit yawning. God damn it! Jesus Christ!
This time you should wake up and it'll trigger.
I need to wake up. That's what's going on. Maybe I should stretch or go for a walk while you guys watch this or something. Hey, that's the Epona song that we used in that. If any of you guys watched the Two People Playing Games Ocarina of Time Let's Play, which to me, I think it's a really good Let's Play. It's the very first one we did, and it starts off a little less cool. Well, no, it doesn't. It's fine. Honestly, it's fine.
Hey, is that her?
But we always go, well, I don't. Aisha always sings Epona, Epona, and I guess that's the first time that happened.
You look like regular old Epona. Now we can get around really fast. Worth noting, it is still completely silent, which is, I mean,
hey, guys, I'm not going to tell you, okay, but if you're big enough, if you're cool enough that you're actually watching a DVD commentary of a YouTube show that's 3 years old, that really can't be that interesting, I got a secret for you. A lot of people have asked me since doing this, especially after I made that horrible April Fool's video. Sorry about that. They said, you have to go back to this glitch because you can take Epona. I died. And you can ride off over the canyons and just leave the map on Epona's back. I did that glitch, actually, for an Eggbusters. Just most of you haven't seen it, but it is uploaded. It's just hidden somewhere. And it's me and Aisha. We did this special secret episode that I think only maybe 600 or 700 people have actually found. Actually, it's less than that. I don't remember how many it is. But it's a secret episode somewhere of us doing that glitch that people always request. And still to this day, people are saying, go back to it, do that glitch. And part of me is like, you idiot, why haven't you found the secret episode that's incredibly difficult to find?
I didn't skip that cutscene. And when it started, Link was on the
but yeah, it is. It exists. There's an episode you probably haven't seen of Eggbusters, an old one at this point, probably from 2014. It's cool though. It's a good idea. Secret hidden episodes. Putting a ton of work into something that very few people will appreciate is sort of my motto. I think it is very fulfilling, and by fulfilling I mean a waste of time, but I do it anyway. So crafting, putting a lot of effort. For example, the theme song thing, where I'll take a song from the game and build it into the Eggbusters theme, that's a lot of work. And not that many people honestly notice, and no other YouTube shows do it, and nobody really comments on it. But I just do it because, I don't know, I want to put a lot of work into these tiny details. The same reason I write all the music. I could just use stock music, but there's something about having that much detail and putting in that much work to small things that very few people will either notice or appreciate, that I think is worth something. I don't know. There's something magical about it that very few people, or the very few people who watch this show actually, I don't know. It makes me sad sometimes, I guess, in a way. But that's just, it's not something to be sad about. Because there are probably people who are putting in even more work than me that even less people are watching.
Now it's time to see if the same
Not that there are a
stuff
few
happens.
people watching or that I don't appreciate the people who are, etc., etc.
Set
But
the stuff on fire. What if
I mean, you got to imagine that that's the eternal struggle if you're making any sort of art, which I do consider this some kind of art.
Terrible importance.
There are going to be people who do less work who are way more successful than you, and that's just part of life. What are you going to do?
Okay.
I'm fine.
If I remember correctly, Link will do
Everything's fine.
something. Yep, he does this crazy epic thing, and apparently we saved Colin. I'm gonna skip this one too and see what happens.
And then we're going to transport to the
skip.
Kakariko Village. Get to wander around here and see a bunch of stuff that I've already seen before.
So everything is.
Are we in the Twilight Realm?
Not
Or whatever?
normal,
Is it the Twilight Realm?
but it's what we
The
expect.
Twilight,
Skip
the
this
Twilight Realm. That sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Shadow. That's Shadow Realm. Shadow Realm, Twilight Realm, and then there's Twilight the book.
Okay, Twilight Realm, Kakariko.
And I didn't try that much last time. I gave
what
up
we
pretty
did
quick.
is
So
we
let's
went
see what I do
inside,
here.
and that broke
I
the
do
game,
not
so
remember.
Let's not do that. Let's leave Kakariko Village. Do I have any items? Nothing. Do I have anything here? Ooh, let's save. Then maybe. We
Oh, and then this was the fateful thing, isn't it? Is saving.
Why is my
'Cause that
cursor
caused
still
the
gone? That's just
ever-loving
something that's prevalent throughout this whole
hat scenario to happen, didn't it?
Okay.
Maybe not in this version of Twilight Princess, but in another episode or something. I can't keep these things straight to save my life. And
New
to
stuff.
be completely honest, this is probably the last time I'm ever going to watch these until maybe until I'm like 70
How?
and want to reminisce before I die.
Dude, this is creepy as creepy as
As
So
creepy
you're
as
only gonna be
what?
able to fight these guys when you're
Say
a wolf
something.
in the
It's as creepy as that man who put on the mask and hijacked the BBC and transmitted the thing, slapped his own ass.
No, I'm not Wolfman.
That's how creepy I think it is. That was creepy. That thing makes me cry. The Max Headroom thing.
Therefore, I cannot.
Don't look it up. It's weird.
No, it'd be cool if I could take his link. That'd be funny.
You can
But I
actually
can't,
sort of
so
be the
I'm
Wolfus
watching
Link, but we
here.
didn't discover that until the
So
season
to answer
finale
this
of
question
Season
whether
Red
they
Blue,
keep
or
it
maybe it was
or
EX Season 1.
Let's go to Death Mountain.
Which
or
stank
try
season
to.
did I
Okay,
do?
So here's the deal with this. I accidentally lost.
Early Master Sword glitch. I can't remember. Talked about
peeing
peeing myself though. I remember that.
Post-recording. What happened was I re-entered Kakariko Village to go to Death Mountain, and everything had changed yet again. You'll see I'm battling all of these weird.
Wait,
things
why
that
am
you're
I
supposed to battle
overdubbing
when
this?
you
I
are
should have been
with
paying
them.
attention.
Which means everything has changed to exactly how it normally is when you're playing as Wolf Link. That means we can probably go indoors again. It means the crazy demon bugs are back. It means all of these.
So this episode ain't that
Twilight
bad.
demons are
I would
back.
say
Everything
this,
should be
listening to it,
more or
it's
less
not
regularly
funny.
accessible, and you'll see
It's
in
not
just a
super
second
charming,
one of
but
the
it's. I don't think it's not really as cringy anymore. There's no forced humor,
voice
which
record.
is something I'm
One of the
grossly
gods,
sensitive to,
one
I
of the
think,
Twilight God people come
is
up and they
forced.
say,
Anything
"Talk to
forced,
me,"
anything
so everything's
contrived,
back to normal. Okay,
which is
that's
maybe
not a
why
problem.
I
still don't want to risk going
don't-
inside, even though I feel like for some
I don't
reason
like the
actually
whole,
would
like,
be okay because
Hey guys, what's up? Coming to my YouTube channel here. How's everybody doing? Of the nation of George or whatever. Not he doesn't call it. Who's Philip? Philip DeFranco. I like him. He's all right.
enemies are all here.
But his Nation of George thing
But
that he
the only
does,
difference
everybody
is
part of
that
the Nation of
that
George,
we all
kind of
have
weird.
them, so.
Kind of reminds me of very
I could probably
monarchical,
go inside,
nasty.
but
I'm
the-
not keeping it 100 anymore. I'm starting to rant, and I'm sorry. It's just natural for me sitting in front of a microphone watching a video game.
Death Mountain, thoroughfare.
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 What is a
Death
thoroughfare?
Mountain Rule.
Click? Oh, I gotta click part 2. Gosh dang it. Okay, well, we're gonna go on to part 2 now, everybody. We're gonna get right into it. Should we have... Has it been enough minutes to... Is this the last one? How many minutes have I been recording? Don't start part 2 yet. What am I at? 30... Oh, 40. Yeah, we gotta do one more episode after this. Okay. Part 2! Here we go. It just keeps going.
What is that?
So the part 1 and part 2 thing is interesting to me because it is again one of those things that
I can get me up if I want to.
I think that
because I'm a human. I'm not
it sounds bad. This is why I don't like talking because I always sound like a stupid jerk
Well, I'm missing a lot of
and
things,
a little maybe a little condescending, but I can't. Whatever. Okay.
You guys
Uh,
remember that time when Minden was like, "Hey, the route is
the part 1,
impossible,"
part 2
and
thing,
then I
in a
passed
sense,
it.
to me,
Okay, onwards.
is Wolfman. That's almost an
Now,
Eggbusters
Wolfman
thing.
wouldn't have been able to
We're
get
getting there
me
anyway. To more Eggbusters humor, calling him Wolfman instead of just
Oh,
Wolf Link.
what is this?
The
What
part
is
1, part 2
this?
thing. I'm taking a long time to tell the story. The part 1, part 2 thing
Come on.
is something
That's a
that
cheap way to
people
put it.
would not ask for you to do
Okay, I've narrowed
because
down
it's
to
patently
two.
annoying.
I think only 2. I think
because you just want to watch it and not have to worry about, oh, now I gotta click this other stupid video and then watch this other part. This is dumb. I want to be entertained every moment. But it sort of... What? Why did I do that? I don't know. Whatever.
I don't think I'll be able to get them.
So it's something that people don't want, or they don't think they want, but as the person making the thing, I sort of sometimes think that the person making the art knows better for what you should take in than you do, kind of. Because you just want to be happy every moment and be entertained every moment, right? That's why people watch top 10 lists, because that's, it's feeding that element. That's what I want. But my favorite things ever are not that. My favorite things ever are things that challenged me or made me frustrated or had exciting parts and boring parts and sort of had this variation that you wouldn't ask for if someone said in a poll, what do you want? Do you want me to break it into 2 parts and make you click another video and get annoyed? No. But doing that, having 2 parts, putting an artistic appreciation, or what was it, artist appreciation moment in the middle of an Eggbusters episode, the breaking of it up where you step away from Eggbusters, then when you come back to it, you're kind of like, oh, hey, welcome back. You're right, welcome back. I am back. We're back. It's home. Like, you kind of feel nice about it, so. I try not to do too much of that stuff, but a little bit of it definitely can't hurt. A little bit of stuff that is annoying in the moment, but ultimately a positive thing. Maybe that's what's going on. Freezing, okay.
It did trigger something weird.
Yeah, I think maybe that's part of the reason why people don't, not that many people watch Stinking Eggbusters, is because it is sort of a...
I can't even hit the...
It's not
we'll try one more thing. We'll try
explicitly entertaining necessarily at every moment, so I don't know. Or maybe that's just me talking. They're also long. That's a big part of it. I bet if I made them 1 minute long, I'd probably have more viewers. Maybe that should be what I do. Give me suggestions on how to bring in enough people so that I can stop trying to bring in people, so I can stop worrying about buying enough bidets to make bidet. Though, we did reach the bidet stretch goal, the $400 thing on Patreon, so bidet review is coming.
We'll try once more.
It's coming. Assuming that it wasn't people aren't pretending to donate money.
Because I think
we'll see.
The furthest down save file is my Hyrule Field save file. Assuming it loads.
No, and this was the classic moment where it loads, and I was like, wait, why are we here? It's amazing how much this glitch brought. There must have been, with the secret episode, there must have been, what, five videos
what is this?
On this on this glitch.
Now we're going to need 2 parts to this video.
Which is a lot. And I still don't feel like I even got close to exploring everything, to be honest. I bet there's more silly stuff you could do.
I got a nut.
Tallow. And I used to have to use the text thing to make arrows because I couldn't... iMovie can't do transparent background images, right? So I couldn't just draw an arrow and plop it in, because or else it would have a big black square around it. So I would use the text thing, and then eventually I made it a transparent background image of a text-based arrow, and then eventually switched over to a normal arrow, because you get sick of things, like I said. If you're not getting bored, I don't... Well, it depends why you're being creative, but if you're not getting bored of doing the same thing, then we are different, me and you. Then we're different.
So excited.
Always push forward. Don't ever reminisce and look back. It's a bad idea to reminisce about the old days. Wait, look. Here it is. The classic moment. Eggbusters classic moment.
Nice music we got going here. Thank you for
ready?
This glitch. I think
wait for it. Wait for it.
Yeah, it looks like everything. You just play the game from here. The only weird
thing
is that you have the highly...
I jump off the horse.
Aside from that, everything appears pretty much normal.
Here it is.
If you want to try it yourself, figure some different ways you can go about it out. By all means, I highly encourage you to do so.
Oh, someone explained to me recently why that happens. I don't remember what it was, so I can't help you, but...
What? Oh, I love...
It is beautiful.
I had to give us one more.
I was right, though. You look at the old version of Twilight Princess, and Ilia is definitely more attractive than she is in the HD version. They made her look kind of weird. Link in the HD version, though.
That was
Sexy
great
as always.
so.
Touch
Perfect
those
landing.
abs.
Oh no, my horse is hurt. Okay, see you later, everybody. Thanks for watching. My hat.
There you
My
go.
hat.
Can't
What are
leave
you
yet.
doing? Actually, we have to keep playing until the hat fixes itself. You can't take a
Why
Epona,
was
I
that?
need her.
Why did
She's
I do
my
that?
horse.
Why did I do that thing where I zoomed in? Whoa! Why is she in there? Oh, wait. I already did this. I shouldn't pretend I'm surprised. I wasn't pretending, actually. It did surprise me.
Epona, what are you doing? Oh, I'm scared.
What is this? Who you think clean
What
up all
is
this mess?
Can I back up?
I don't clean. I'm not clean.
Would you stop it? I can't see. Oh, now I'm out. Okay, well, here's an interesting thing. She's supposed to have Epona at the
Yeah.
spring.
The game does
Now I
get
have
super
Epona.
messed up doing this glitch.
Not
It's
at
kind of
the spring.
amazing.
'Cause
I wish more
Epona
games had
was
glitches
in
of
the
this
wall.
depth. I bet they do, and I just don't. I'm not looking into them anymore because, frankly,
Goodness gracious me, what is
making this dang Eggbusters show
This is gonna be a really
was a
long
big
video.
pain in the ass. So. That's
Oh,
just
come
a
on,
fact
don't
of life.
freeze there.
It was. I'm proud of
Come on,
it,
Please don't do this.
but
to me.
it wasn't fun. This
Oh, I
last
was
season.
getting
Well, it
excited
was
to see
fun
what
in a
happened.
way.
No,
It was fun to
no,
make.
no,
Like
you can't
having
do
it made
this
is
to me.
fun. There was just so many
Come on.
frustrations with it,
Come on.
especially like
Come
the thing that
on.
happened with.
That's
Oh, I want to do this glitch in this
Dang.
game. Turns out I have to play the game for like
Well,
8
at least I
hours
make more
in
for you
1
guys
week,
to do.
plus
That's
film the
it.
glitch and
Alright.
edit the glitch because it goes up on Saturday. So it's just a lot.
All right, here's the verdict this week. First of all, you can do the.
Now, is this in black and white?
by
Is the
jumping
verdict here in black and white, or
forward
is
as
it
opposed to using the
it's
quicksand.
back to
It's
normal?
just,
I can't tell.
I wouldn't say significantly harder, but it's definitely harder, and it's harder to tell if you've got it or not. When you're doing the quicksand, because of the ability to do the Wii menu thing, you can actually see how much hand. Whereas,
But I
in
bet
this
if we
more, you're
practice
supposed to
more,
tell
practice makes
whether
perfect
you're
after
right
all.
If you're jump or not. So in the end, it was a good idea to explore this one again. I probably won't do a
Mini
third
series within a
installment to
series?
this
Oh, it's like
mini-series
we
within
have a
a
Twilight
series.
Princess series within the
You
Eggbusters
know, that's
series.
fine. You guys can explore the rest of it and tell me what crazy things you can get to
You
happen.
did have a good
I
laugh out of
certainly
that,
had a good
Austin. I
laugh
heard
out
it.
of
It was
Flink's
a
hat.
good laugh.
And
I was
the
very
video
charmed
phone-
by you,
who
little
knows
boy.
what's going on there.
Let's cuddle
But yeah, it's a good
sometime.
one.
Let's
There's
have a
nothing you really
cuddle.
need to know that I wouldn't have already
Did you
said in the first
smooch?
video.
I don't want to smooch myself.
Aside from saving often is good because then you can reload your save points and see. I should.
That's still true. You guys aren't as dumb as me. You guys aren't as dumb as me. That is true back then, and it was
You
true
can
now,
figure
and
it
it
all
will
out.
forever
Thanks for
be
watching.
true. Oh, okay. All right. Hi. Welcome back to you too.
Go do it yourself. Pick up Twilight Princess if you haven't. Works on GameCube, works on Wii, works everywhere.
It wasn't on any other
Everywhere, but
systems
it
at this
works on
point.
GameCube and Wii. If you have a game you want
Oh, look, I ate
to
Twitter.
so in
That
the
was
comments
creative.
Or via Twitter.
We got a little nuts with that, didn't
And
we?
as always, please try everything you saw today at home. And
Be nice to each other in the comments. There you
There are too
go.
many people being jerks. Be nice. If you want to tell someone that they're being a jerk,
I still do that.
nicely.
I read every comment, and if
Or
someone's
I'm
being a
gonna have
jerk,
to remove your
someone.
comments. Bye-bye.
One thing that gets on my nerves nowadays is happens in comments, Eggbusters comments, is oh crap, this is all out of order now. I'm trying to watch this shit on YouTube. I'm real close to the mic now. Hey, how's it going? Oh, we get to do New Super Mario Brothers U, which is a classic episode. I hope I'm doing these in the right order. I should be looking at the dates. March 23rd, 2013, a little bit after my birthday. My 21st birthday, can you believe it? My face, look at my face there. I'm freezing on my face, Austin. That's a 21-year-old man. Anyway, so I read all the comments, and one of the things that's been really getting on my nerves lately, I'll start the episode. One of the things that's been... Oh god, it's so hard to talk with my own voice in my voice. Anyway, one of the things that's been coming up in comments a lot lately that I'm really sick of is, man, this is a good game, New Super Mario Bros. U. It's a good game. Not a great game, but it's a good game. Is the thing that's getting on my... what the hell? I can't talk. The thing that's getting on my nerves is the sort of making fun of PC culture thing or whatever. Where people, I did that video on No Man's Sky and someone said, why isn't this No Woman's Sky? I'm triggered. It's like, yes,
Hey everybody,
that's
welcome to another
really...
episode of Eggbusters. Our game this week
I don't really got
is
patience
Super
for
Mario
that
Bros. U.
shit.
It's the first time we've done a
You can
2D
tell.
game with Eggbusters, and I admit, I was
I'm
a
very
little skeptical
sleepy,
before we started.
and if
Thankfully,
you
my
push
quest
my
for
buttons,
is
I'll
for every
fuck
game
you
I
up. Wait, what is that guy saying,
Pretty good
Dexter?
for this.
I'll
The first
fuck
one.
you
Number
back!
one's a weird one. It's weird because I
If you
don't
never watched
actually
Dexter, you wouldn't
that
know what that
it's trying
means,
to
but
go.
he's the greatest
See, the
character of
online
all
entry
time.
states that
Name
you
of
jump on
Miguel,
top of
name of
Baby
Jimmy
Koopa
Smits.
right
Great guy.
after he falls
So it just doesn't that whole thing I don't think has really a place in Eggbusters. I feel like Eggbusters is the classic definition of a safe space, right? Just be, you're okay, I love you, and I'm here for you, and you're here, and everything's alright. And so when people get into that thing of like, I'm going to make fun of you because it's triggering or whatever, basically what that means is I'm making fun of you because sometimes things make you very upset. It's just like, well, quit it, alright? I'm not doing that. So I mean, I'm sure people disagree with that, but this is my kingdom, I guess, so what are you going to do? Oh, this episode. Now this, remember what I was just talking about, having to play games for like 8 hours to get to that? This was like the first instance of that where I was so upset. I was just wasting time having to get through this whole world, and I couldn't figure out how to get to the ghost houses. For some reason I didn't look it up. I think because I thought I was on the precipice of figuring it out at every moment. Because there's the mystery forest in there that you have to find the trick to get through. So yeah, it was a long time, and I remember being just really frustrated and having to kind of take a... Actually, I don't think I had to take a break. I do pretty good handling frustration, but this is a notable episode for a couple of reasons, not least of which because that happened, but this glitch here is, it's one of the ones that made me first think of maybe not doing the wording of busted, just unconfirmed now, because it was, I literally did the glitch, and I just didn't realize it was the glitch because I was misunderstanding the glitch. I'm an idiot is the thing. It's like I'm not... When I was making these, I wasn't very concerned about being professional and correct. And ultimately, that was a good thing because it turned Eggbusters into what it was, but yeah, I don't know. That's the goal.
Stop.
I really am, also, just as a side note, I shouldn't be talking about non-Eggbusters things.
Oh, he comes up underneath that red thing.
Yeah,
that's
I don't
what
know.
it is.
You can tell I'm doing... Hey, Drangus, that's a little bit of
that was perfect. Where's the double shell? It's not there. Who's...
I'm dead. That was a Steve Bruley thing. Those started to happen. I did a lot of dangatang, and people sort of thought... I don't know if they thought, but they associated the word Dangus with me. Who is that? That guy's awesome. They associated the word Dangus with me, and it's really just a Steve Brule thing. So a lot of the first run of humor in Eggbusters was just Steve Brule ripoff, because you got to rip off something until you find your voice. And Steve Brule was one of those ones that it was unique, and I found it funny, so I just took it. I didn't mean to take it in like oh, this is my humor now, though. I really did just mean it to be a reference. But if you haven't seen Steve Brule, then you just think I'm doing a funny thing. So then the people who do know Steve Brule thinking I'm just stealing. And it wasn't meant to be that. It was just... It's like when I just recently said, I'll fuck you back. I didn't mean to make you guys think that was my original joke, right? I mean it as a reference. But if you say it's a reference, then it's kind of lame, as opposed to being a secret code between you and the people who understand what it is, which is more fun. So, I think really hard about all these things sometimes. It's really annoying.
Dragging me now.
Dragging me.
Do me a favor. Oh.
Dragging me. I remember this, editing this. Hey, this is funny. Dragging me. It's not actually that funny, but it's iconic. Early Eggbusters. How iconic is it?
Dude, dragging me.
So iconic.
No, dragging me again. Thank you.
Yeah, you died. By this point, it was about 4 a.m. Holy dumb hell. I was tired, I was weary, I was worn out, I was fatigued, I was deadbeat, I was zonked, I was using a thesaurus. That's funny.
We're gonna see if having a squirrel.
It's, what is that called? Being self-aware? It's funny.
Nope.
It actually is funny to be self-aware, in my opinion.
No.
Anything can be funny if you do it right. It's just some things are
I hate you so much.
more funny. Check this out. And there's the glitch right there. See, the shell is not attached to him, and apparently that is the glitch. I'm still not convinced to this day, but apparently that is it.
Nope, that was it. That was it. That was it. That had to have been it. That was literally as soon as it could possibly be. And it didn't.
Hey, I sweared! That's how pissed I was. It's 4 a.m. I mean, at this point in my life... Hey, Buttered. Busted, there you go. More just like not caring, which was a staple of Eggbusters. And also keeping in what you saw there when I was biting my lip is just keeping in, if there was a piece of garbage that kind of got left in the editing process, sometimes I just leave it because I figure why not.
As his shell just kind of
oblivion. Sure, and I've lost track of what I was just talking about.
But it does give some interesting insight as to how Nintendo animates all this. Anyway, at least we know it doesn't work. All right.
Next glitch. This glitch is fun. I like this glitch. I think I just like this game because it's really colorful right now. I'm kind of tired, so looking at it makes me feel more awake.
You see a character running around one of the challenge stages with 0 seconds on the clock. Now, normally when there are 0 seconds on the clock, Mario instantly dies. That's just a game mechanic from the.
So there's something from a long time ago that I stopped talking about, and I bet some of you were like, "Hey, go back to talking about that." I was talking about how Eggbusters wasn't my first rodeo with the internet, with making an internet show. Hey, that was a Steve Pro reference too. Check it out. Anyway, I used to do a show on the internet called That One Show. Here's a story for you. Everybody ready for the origin? I did a show for NintendoEverything.com. You cannot find it anymore. It's very, very well hidden. I made sure of that. Called That One Show, where it was me talking in front of a camera, and it started out with me talking in front of a camera, blatantly just making fun of people on the internet, which is a common style of show. So I would say, hey everybody, welcome to That One Show episode, blah 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 blah. Let's talk about this person who did something mildly embarrassing, and then we will go insane making fun of them, and I guess that's funny now. I don't know. So it was called That One Show because I went through this phase where I would just name things literally what they are, or just not really worry about finding a very good name, you know? Just that it's that one show. I don't know. I had a podcast called Here's a Podcast, but I have a podcast right now called Here, Take This, It's Yours. That's another type name. So it was called That One Show. I did it for a long time, then I took a break from it and eventually wanted to get back into doing it. So I kind of wanted to distance myself from the old YouTube channel, which I will not tell you the name of, obviously. And I needed a new YouTube channel name, so I called it just That One Show. I think maybe that was taken, so I just threw fun on the end of it. Just fun. That One Show fun. Whatever. Doesn't matter. And it's a terrible channel name, let's all be honest, okay? Because I can't say, hey everybody, I'm That One Show fun. It's kind of weird. This is a fun glitch. I remember getting really frustrated, but this was a fun one to try and time out. So that's the origin of That One Show fun. It was That One Show plus fun. And there was one episode of That One Show on That One Show fun, but it's private now. Maybe I'll share it. Maybe I'll share some of those with patrons. It was a top 5 scary games that aren't really scary, and it was me just sort of talking. Hey everybody, welcome to That One Show. Let's talk about the top 5 games of scary that aren't scary. It was for Halloween, I think. There's a lot of stuff that I made that is hidden or that I never put up. In fact, I forgot about this. Oh, hey, it worked. Wow. Nice work.
It actually worked.
So the Majora's Mask episode of Eggbusters and Eggbusters EX Season 2, the most recent one, is not actually the one that I spent the most time on. I did an episode on Super Mario 64 on that glitch with the bounty on it, the $1,000 bounty for the Mario 64 glitch, and I filmed for days and days and days in a row, doing it in an emulator, all proper, counting all the frames or whatever, recording it, and it was this horrible nightmare. Days and days and days of recording. The glitch just never worked, and I didn't feel comfortable. I couldn't put that episode up if it didn't work, you know. If you guys have never heard of the $1,000 bounty, whatever, and so I just never put it up, and so I still have all those unedited files, so maybe I'll edit those together into a little episode for patrons at some point. Because it wouldn't be a great episode. I think I did a Call of Duty Black Ops 2 episode at one point as well, for single-player glitches in Black Ops 2, and none of those glitches worked either, so I never put it up. And if I can find that, maybe I'll turn that into a patron episode too at some point. Because they wouldn't be... I remember them not being... Well, I said a lot of funny stuff in the Mario 64 one, but the Black Ops one not, so... Yeah, patrons, maybe you can look forward to that a little bit. You're welcome! My name's Austin too, what a coincidence.
in the
Tell people to be nice.
comments
You can
on
do
our
it.
website,
I stole that from Ellen.
indiegogo.com,
No
or
joke.
via Twitter.
I was like, Ellen's really amazing.
If you have any
So
questions about the
let's
glitches, do
tell
so in
people
the
to be
comments.
nice
I
because
read
she does
every
at the end of her
single
show.
comment.
So
I may not reply
that
to
sounds
all
like a
of
good
them just
idea.
'cause there are too many, but I read all of them. So if you have a question that hasn't been answered before, I will definitely come out and answer it. See you later, and be nice to
There you
each
go.
other.
Be nice to each other in the comments.
Please.
So what happens? Still no credit music, which is too bad because the credit music I think really feels good. But you know, it is what it is. Thank you for sticking around and watching me talk about old behind the scenes Eggbusters stuff for looks like about an hour again today, which is awesome. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. Enjoy the ending music, and maybe it'll be next week I do the next one. It's difficult to talk for an hour straight, to be honest. My voice starts to hurt, but because in Eggbusters, at least I can take pauses. In this, I can't. It's all one stream. So, yeah, I gotta go rest my voice. Have a nice time, friends. I love you. You know, I do. It's true. Even though I have blue hair and I look like an asshole.